start.
Yes, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to our class. And I want us to go through the work which I had given you earlier. There were a total amount of 50 questions. As always, we do not do all these questions. We only work out those problem questions that I believe have a problem, but I'll always mention one or two things concerning maybe the simple questions. You have the first question here that requires you to write words in figures. And it reads clearly 5,050,050. Right, just like you have been told. We have 5 million. Quickly, and you save time. 5 million. We have 5,000. 5,000 and 50. This is where the challenge comes. 50 should be at the end there. Then you add up this one. This gives you 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 0, and 5. Once you have done that, can you ensure that you pick the correct answer with this arrangement? Clear? Very many questions of that caliber will always be brought. Number 2 requires you to check on what we call divisibility of 11, which is always brought in exams. A number is divisible by 11. We say if the difference of the sum is 0, 11, or a multiple of 11. For those who cannot understand that with this is what I mean. We have a number like 5, 2, 5. Then we have 3, 7, 2. If you want to know whether this number is divisible by 11, sorry, you check the alternate digits. Alternate digits separates 5, 5, and 7. To go on. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 gives you 17. Check the other ones. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. Subtract 7 here, you get the answer as 10. We don't want this. We want a number which is 0, 11, all a multiple of 11. Check another digit, like 5, 2, 5, 3, 7, 1. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. Check the other one. 2 plus 5. Sorry, 2 plus 3. Yes, 5. Good. 5 plus 1 gives you 6. Subtract 6 here, you get 11. Very good. This number here is divisible by 11. This is the right method at your level for you to use. If you have forgotten this method, please don't worry. Using this other method, it will still give you the correct answer. Is it okay? This method can also work. However, I would not advise you to use this method. It's tiresome. You may spend up or waste so much time. Question 3 required you to get the square root of a number. What is twice the square root? The keyword here is twice and the square root. So you first get the square root of the number given, which is 90 and a quarter. You cannot get the square root when this number is in mixed fraction. You first change this number to what we call improper fraction. 4 times 90 gives you 360 plus 1 gives you 361 over 4. Get the square root of this one should be 19 out of 2. Clear to everyone? This is the square root. Remember, the question had asked, what is twice? So whatever number you have here, remember to multiply by 2. By 2, 1, and by 2 gives you 19. The mistake that very many of you did were giving me the answer as 19 out of 2, which is actually 9.5. This is a very bad mistake. What was the need of doing all this work, then not read the question? Once you have worked out the question, before you answer, ensure that you read what you have been asked. Number 4, it's asking a very simple question. Which of the following digits has the greatest value? I told you and I repeat this. Whenever you hear the word value, in maths we have 2 things. We have either total value and what we call the place value. We have the place value. At your level, most people will ask you about the total value. Whenever you've been asked the total value, the examiner must not mention the word total. He can just say the word value. Then you have been given digits like these. 135.7. At which one has the greatest value? We write the values of all these digits and see which one has the greatest, means the biggest. Check, we start with 7. This becomes 0.7. Come to 5, it becomes 5.0, which is actually 5. When we come to 3, it becomes 30.0. Again, this is 30. Come to 1, this is 100.0. Ignore that. We have 100, 30, 5, and 0.7. Which one is the greatest? Oh, great. This one is the greatest. And which has the smallest value? 0.7. Clear to everyone? Very good. And remember, when you have been asked on total value, if maybe you have been asked the total value of digit 7, it can be written this way as a decimal. It can be written as a fraction, which is 7 out of 10, and it can also be written as in ones. How do we rate this? We rate this one as 7 tenths. Clear to everyone? This is an answer, this is an answer, this is an answer. Pick whichever among the four, the three, the one which has been given in your exam. Number 5, required you to work out a question with board mass here. 28 minus 7, very good, times into brackets 54 divided by 6 then of 3. Remember, any question with more than one sign, there is one rule that must be applied, called the rule of board mass, which says start with the brackets. Here is the brackets. When we come to the brackets, we have division and we have off. What comes first? It is off. Work out this one. 6 of 3. The word off means times. So this is 6 times 3. The whole of this one gives you 18. We are still in the brackets. We have the division here. 54 divided by 18. A mental sum. This gives you 3. And so our question now is 28 minus 7 times 3. Come back to our board mass. Bracket of division, multiplication. We have a multiplication sign here. 7 times 3 gives you 21. 28 minus 21. Anyone who is using his head properly will get it as 7. Clear? Very good. Board mass must be applied. Now, next question. 85 people were hired to pick coffee in a certain coffee plantation. We call this indirect proportion. 85 people. They could be men, they could be women. We don't know. They were hired to. However, 5 of them did not turn up. These are the people who are hired. Remember, we are using this one, hired. And we're using the word fired. Be careful with these two words. When we hire, we add more. When we fire, we send away. Whatever the number reduces. We have been told 85 were hired. These are the people we required to work. But 5 did not turn up. That means only 80 people came to work for whatever reason. We don't know why they didn't come to work. If the rest, this and the so-called the rest, if the rest picked an average of 80 kgs, each of these one picked an average of 80 kgs. The question is asking, how many tons of coffee did they pick? Who did they pick? These people who came. 8 times 8 gives you 64. We have a 0 here, we have a 0 here. This 0, 0. This means they were able to get 6,400 kgs. Who asked you the answer in kilograms? And if you look at a multiple choice A, they have given you this one. We don't want the answer in kilograms, we want the answer in tons. Remember we said 1 ton is equivalent to 1,000 kgs. Divide this one by 1,000. This gives you 1, 2, 3. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. So the correct answer should have been 6.4 tons and not 6,400. Tuko pamoja? Number 7. Number 7 is asking for the praise value. I'm sorry, I'll not do anything with the praise value. But I'll tell you this. Whenever you have been given the praise value of a number, like this one was 561,372. This was 0.09. You must be very, very careful with this digit. You must be sorry with this decimal. Because with the decimal, from the decimal place to our left, we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, ten thousands, then we have 100,000s. And this is the number that we needed. That's the correct answer. And nothing more. Remember, from the decimal place, we should start with tenths, tenths, tenths. This is the correct one, tens. Then we have hundreds. Be careful. This is very simple work. I know you are used to work out such questions. Number 8 required you to get the perimeter of a figure that was given here. And I beg to draw that figure here. It's also a very simple figure. I'll work from this side. It is drawn something close to this. On this edge, we have a semicircle. Then on this other edge, you have a semicircle. And you have been told to get the perimeter. Remember, whenever we've been told the perimeter, we mean the distance around a figure. This is 145 meters. We have been given this distance as 35 meters. Once you have been given this, remember, start from one point, go back to the same point, using the outline. Let's see, start from here. And again, before you come to calculating the perimeter, you first require to get all the missing measurements. Like in this one, this is 145, I expect this one to be 145. We have a curve here, and we have another one here. Deal with one curve. This is a section of a circle. The circumference of a circle, a full circle, is pi d. We don't want the full circle, we only need a section of this circle here. And so we get it as a half pi d. This 35 is equal to this one. And so I'll take it as a half pi, you can use 22 over 7 times this diameter of 35. By 2, 1, by 2, 11, by 7, 1, by 7, 5. 11 times 5 gives you 55. Remember, if this is 35 and this is 35, come up and 55, which simply means even this one is also supposed to be 55. Now getting the perimeter, you require to get 55, you add this 145, 55, and you also add this 145. I will not do the addition for you.
Question, Mwalimu.
Yes, sir.
What happens with 35?
What happens to 35? Okay,
Yes.
good. A very good question. With this 35 that we have here, remember I told you we are getting the perimeter. In getting the perimeter, we require to get the distance of the outline. If I tell you to run around this figure, let's assume we start from this point here. You'll cover this distance of 145, come this way and cover 55, cover the 145, cover the 55, and go back where you started. So there is no way we require you to use the shortcut, and neither do we require to use this. Question clear? Good. Let's continue. Number 9 required you to get to round off a number to 2 decimal places. Why should I do this for real? However, I will for the sake of those who could be left behind. 997. We require to write this one to the nearest hundreds. To the nearest hundreds. I've just mentioned the hundreds here. Actually, these hundreds, you can see it is 2 decimal places. Come to this decimal place. From the decimal place, this is tens, this is hundreds. You put a boundary here. Is 7 more than 5 or less than 5? If it is more than 5, we add 1 here and we forget it. If it was a number like maybe 4, which is less than 5, you would have forgotten it and taken your answer to be 40.99. But now that it was more, you will add 1. This gives you 0, carry 1, again 0, you carry 1 again, 1, 4. Get me right. When you have been told to rate it to the nearest hundreds, your answer should be to 2 decimal places. So it is not supposed to be 41. 41 is wrong. This one has no decimal place. We require 41.00. This is the correct answer. This is wrong. Is that okay? Very good. Number next. Required you to, we have been given a number of fractions here. Here are the fractions. One of the fractions is 5 out of 6. The other one is 9 out of 10. The other one is 2/3. And the other one is 4 out of 5. As always, they will require you to arrange them in the either, like this one, we require to arrange this one in the, from the largest to the smallest. Largest to the smallest. That we also use another term, descending order. As always, get the LCM of 6, 10, 3, and 5. Very simple. The LCM of that number, if you know, whoever, this is a very simple number. The LCM of this number here, least common multiple among the 10 numbers should be 30. Simple. 30 divided by 6, 5. 5 times 5 gives you 25. 30 divided by 10, 3. 3 times 9, 27. 30 divided by 3, 10. 10 times 2, 20. 30 divided by 5, 6. 6 times 4, 24. Now, using 25, 27, 20, and 24, arrange now your fraction from the largest to the smallest. Game short. I believe every one of you can be able to do that. Question 11. It is asking. The population of a school increased to. So, the new number we have now is 840 rupees. And because if you are told that this was an increase, at the back of your mind you should know then the number that was there was less than 840. Sentence 2. Sorry, this was in the year 2020. Was the progression in the year 2020. From 700 in the year 2019. In 2019, the number was 700 outright. But see, operation was 700 and now we have 840. The question is asking, calculate the percentage increase. Calculate the percentage increase. Get me right. Whenever you've been asked this one, any question asking you to rate a number into a percentage, it could be percentage increase, percentage decrease, percentage profit, percentage loss, percentage commission, or anything. We take what has been asked. Like in this question, we have been asked the increase. You put it over the original. The original is the first number which we had. Like in a situation here, what was first? What came first? What came first must be the one which was in 2019. Then to make it a percentage, we multiply by 100. Then the difference here should be 140. So we are going to take what has been asked. It is 140 all over the original. Original must be this one of 2019 all over 700. Then to make it a percentage, we multiply by 100. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. By 7, 1, by 7, 20. 20 times 1 gives you 20%. This is the correct. Don't forget that. Asked over original, you multiply by 100. Is it okay to everyone? Then we have another question here which is very simple actually. Allow me to clean this part of the board here. Very good, and I hope you are following what I'm doing. Ensure that you follow what I'm doing here with what is in your book. We have another question here, very simple one. A quarter, then the next one is 1. The next one is 1 3/4. The next one is 2 1/2. And you have been asked what is the next number. I told you in every question you must know the keyword. The keyword is the next. What is the next? We need the next number here. We don't need the fifth or the what, we just need the fifth one. Check using this one. There are so many things that you can be considered here. One I will ask you, is this number, these fractions increasing or are they decreasing? They are outright increasing. So let's see what they are adding first. Chances are that we might arrive at the answer. This is a quarter and this is 1. Very simple. 1 minus a quarter. This one everyone knows. 1 kg of sugar minus a quarter kg of sugar. This gives you 1 meogeza 3/4. 1 and the other one is 1 3/4. Outright 3 again they have added 3/4. Come to this one. We have 1 3/4. The next fraction here we have is 2 1/2. You don't have to be told this fraction minus this one is again plus 3/4. Do the same here. At hapa, it also becomes 3/4. So you're going to take 2 1/2, you add 3 out of 4. Whatever you're going to get here is your answer. Clear to everyone? Very good. Ensure that you finish that sum. Question 13 is one of the simplest sums I will ever have. It is given 35 meters per second. You've been told to convert this into kilometers per hour. Out of the very many sums we have done with you, it is very simple. Remember that comparison which I told you. Tukasema 36 kilometers per hour is equivalent to 10 meters per second. If 36 kilometers per hour is 10 meters per second, then what about this one? What about 35 meters per second? We will give you how many kilometers per hour? You just cross, multiply. What does this give you? 36 kilometers per hour times 35 meters per second. You divide by 10 meters per second. Meters per second goes with meters per second. We have 10 and we have this one. By 5, 2, by 5, 7. By 2, 1, by 2, 1, 8, 18 times 7. Is it possible to work out that? 18 times 7. The answer we get here is the one which you require. Don't forget this comparison. It will help you to calculate, to change kilometers per hour to meters per second or meters per second to kilometers per hour. Is that okay? Very good. Zruk, are you still following what I'm doing? Hafsa, the governor. Tuko pamoja? Very good. Let's continue. Number 14 looks like this. The examiner tricked you by drawing a simple diagram. This is 8 centimeters. Be very careful with the dimensions. 4 centimeters. This is given as 10 centimeters. And the question is asking, find the area. Find the area. If you look at this figure properly, having been indicated these are right angles, with this one looks like a trapezium. If you tilt it like this will become side A of the trapezium, and this will become side B of the trapezium. And with this one, it becomes the height. If you don't want to work it out like that, then you can make your work easier by drawing a dotted line like that. Here, you will find the diagram of a rectangle, and here you have the diagram of a triangle. Come to the rectangle. The dimension is 8 times 4. Gives you 32 centimeters squared. Come to the triangle. This is 8, which means that this part here is also 8. This distance here from here to here should give you the height. Where do you get the height? If you use your brains, you will see the distance from this point to this other point is 10 centimeters. And have distance is given here to be 4. If the whole length from here to the bottom here is 10, and from here to here is 4, what is the missing height here? Yes! Very simple, you get it as 6 centimeters. Calculate the area of this triangle. It becomes a half times base, which is 8, times a height, which is 6. By 2, 1, by 2, 4. 4 times 6 gives you 24. Don't forget, adapt this one, 32. Why am I doing all this? I know it's simple, but there's something I want you to understand. This is 6, 56. 56 what? Area should be square units. If it was centimeters, centimeters square. Don't forget to check these units. An examiner will trick you by giving you different units in your answers. We have another question here on BODMAS. I've just worked another one on BODMAS. This one here, which had whole numbers. Now we're going to work out one with the fractions. The knowledge which I've reminded you here is the same one which is required in this one. Here is the question. Brackets 12 and not brackets. 12 divided by a quarter of 2 and a quarter. Close the brackets, you multiply by 1 and a quarter minus 3. As always we say in the question with more than one sign, you use the rule of BODMAS. Brackets is equal to. When we come to the brackets again, we start with the off. Here is the off. And times, what about this one? 4 times 2, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 9 over 4. By 3, 1, by 3, 3. This gives you 3 quarter. Come to this one. 12 divided by 3 quarter. In the class 5, I believe your teacher must have taught you this. That it should be 12. You can even first put it over 1. Put it over 1. When you change the sign to multiplication, you reciprocate. Reciprocating means the numerator becomes the denominator becomes the numerator. And this gives you times 4 out of 3. By 3, 1, by 3, 4. 4 times 4 gives you 16. We've already worked out this one. The whole of this fraction brackets now as 16. We now have a question now. 6 times, this is 6 times 1 and a quarter, again minus 3. Work out this one. Bracket of division, we come to multiplication. Change this one again. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 16 times 5 out of 4. By 4, 1, by 4, 4. 4 times 5 gives you 20. 20 minus 3. This should be the correct answer, which is supposed to be 17. Be very careful with these questions. You always find them in exams. Are we together? Very good. Ensure that you follow the way my working here with what you have in your books. Number 816 required you to simplify some brackets here. Very simple. A third of mathematics, I told you, is a method which is applied to help students. Simple as that. This gives you plus. There's something I want to show you here. 2 into brackets, y minus 3. Good. Work with me here. A third is the one which you're going to use and open this bracket here. And then we use these two to open this bracket. I'll only open the brackets for you. The rest you will do on your own. A third times a 6 by 3, 1 by 3, 2. The same a third will simplify what we have here as as what? As 21. By 3, 1, by 3, 7. So here you are left with 2y plus 7 plus, come to these other brackets, 2 times y gives you 2y. Before you come to 3, there is a sign here. Be very careful with this sign. When I told you when you are multiplying unlike signs, this is a positive, this is a negative, here it should be a negative. Unlike signs give you a negative. Then once you have positive and negative becomes a negative. Then 2 times 3 gives you 6. Put the right terms together, 2y plus 2y, then you have a plus 7 and you have a negative 6. Start with the positive plus 7 minus 6. I believe you'll be able to proceed from that. I believe you'll be able to proceed from that point. We go to the next question. Which required, which actually, I know it could have been a problem to a few, and I do not know how. We are going to work it out with you. Be careful, this is one of the questions that most of you people missed. This is the correct working. A bookseller had 180 textbooks in his shop. Somebody had 180 books in his shop. One of these 180 books, he sold a sixth of the books on the first day. On the first day, he sold 1 out of 6 of 180. What is this? By 6, 1. By 6, 30. This is what was sold in the first day. Don't forget that. Step 2, sign times 2. And 2/5 of the remainder in the second day. In the second day, we have been told he sold 2/5 of something we are calling the remainder. You recall first, what is this we are calling the remainder? Initially, we had 180 books. First day, we've already sold 30 books. So, whatever the examiner is calling the remainder is 150. We had 180 books. We sold 30 in the first day. When we come to the second day, we are told he sold 2/5 of the remainder. So step 1, we need first to calculate the remainder. We had 180 books and they sold 30, meaning the remaining is 150. So in the second day, he sold 2/5 of 150. This gives you by 5, 1, by 5, 30. Do you all agree it's 60? First day, 30. Second day, 60. Sentence 3 says, the rest, hizo zingine ni zipi? Ameuza 30 na ameuza 60. This gives you a total of 90. Na ilikuwa na ngapi? 180. So if you take 180, you subtract 90. What are we talking about? 90. 90 is what is being referred to as the rest. The question says, the rest were sold on the third day. Meaning, this is what was sold on the third day. What's the question asking? How many textbooks did he sell on the third day? 90 is supposed to be the correct answer. Work these questions step by step. Step by step. Very good. Step by step. We go to number 18. Number 18 is a question on parallel lines. We have added to this one with you severally, and I will again do it with you. We have this point as point C. This is point B, this is point A, and I'll be a bit fast. I know this is not the first time you're hearing this. This is E, and this is F. We've been told that this line here is parallel to this one, meaning that there's a transversal, and also this other one is a transversal. We've been given this one as 120 degrees, and another angle here has been given to be 30 degrees. If that's the case, we can comfortably get the angles here. And I told you, young boys and girls, when you want to do these questions, right, deal with one transversal after the other. First deal with this transversal, or you start with this one. I prefer to start with this one. If this is 120, I'll reiterate this is 60 degrees. We call these adjacent angles or angles on a straight line. And this is supposed to give you 190. This is 60. This 60 is alternate to this one, meaning that this one is 60. Are we together, boys and girls? Look at this. We already have a straight line here. This is 60. This is 30. 60 and 30 gives you a total of 90. Now, ukiongeza hii yango iko hapa, this one here, it's supposed to give you 180. 60 plus 30 is 90. 180 minus 90 gives you 90. Am I right to this is 90? Surprisingly, this could be the angle asked. We have been asked for angle BEC. Angle BEC. Because of time factor, both now and even in the exams, don't even bother calculating the others. Go straight to that. Here's that's the point. In another way, if this is 30, you don't have to be told that this one is also 30. Then 60 plus 90, this is 150. Calculator will give you the other angle. Very good. Please, using your made mathematics, made familiar, can you look for similar questions of this type and do as the examples? When we meet, I'll help you check whether you did them in the right way. We proceed. I told you that I'll be fast, but please listen. I know you are careful. Change into decimals these questions. I've told you severally. You cannot compare fraction and a decimal. It's not possible. Take, if it's 2 out of 5, you check it is greater than 0.4. The examiner is asking which of the following statements is correct. He also does not know. He wants you to calculate which one is correct. Don't compare a fraction and a decimal. Change this fraction into a decimal. 2 divided by 5. This gives you 0. What? You put a 0 here. 0.4. If you multiply this at 0.4 is greater than the 0.4. This is wrong. This should have been 0.4 is equal to 0.4. Come to this other one. 750 kgs is equivalent to 1 ton. This is wrong. We know a ton has 1,000 kilograms. There is no way 750 kilograms would be equivalent to 1,000. Go to C, a quarter, which is well known as 0.25. Some of these fractions are very easy. Is equivalent to 0.25. That's the correct answer we need. Then we come to question D. D, multiple choice D, saying